Assignment 16 for our beginning C# class is available in Canvas, and I'm in the assignments area. You can also get to it from the syllabus area. There's a link here to download the PDF. We'll look at that in a minute. There's also a link to download the executable if you want to play with it. Let me jump over to the PDF. I like to look at the PDF because it just shows up a little bit better here in the video, and it's the same information you'll see in Canvas. So in this project I'm using nested loops, in fact specifically probably nested for loops, and some concatenation to develop a multiplication table. And in this project the user would put in the number they want to start with at the top and would then add 1, so we get 10 different numbers, and the rows they want to start with over on the left. And they click the build table. It's going to generate those numbers across the top on the left, and then the multiplication values or the products of those numbers throughout the table. I give you a tip on how to do that as far as nested loops and a screenshot of what it should look like, and again we'll run this fresh here in a minute. And the idea behind this project, if we look at the instructions here a little bit, you're a new hire to the SMCC programming lab. You've been asked to take over a project started by a former employee to create an application that generates a multiplication table for user-specified rows of 10 subsequent integers and user-specified column of 10 subsequent integers. In each case, user need just provide the starting values. The previous programmer had a good start on the project, but the actual project has been lost. Fortunately, the design specs and a print of the code have been found. Your mission is to recreate the project as specified and use the same controls and control names as shown below, down here, as well as the code as provided. So I provided the code that supposedly was found, and the code here builds those column headings going across and builds the row going to the left, but it does not build the table. And so you need to write the code to build the table. Again, you're going to use some nested loops here to do it, and you can actually build the code in this space provided. If you're efficient, it shouldn't really be more than 10 lines of code. And one typo here, this is actually worth 3 points, not 2. Let's take a look at the project running. So here's the project. The default is we're going to start at 1 on the top row for the columns and 1 for the left-hand side as far as the rows going across. I build the table, and you can see that 9 times 8 is 72, or 8 times 9 is 72. But we can specify the numbers. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. And it builds that table, starting with 123 at the top in our first column, and then adding 1 each time, so we get 10 columns here. And then 456 and creates 10 rows. So again, I gave you the code to do the columns and to do the rows. We're using PadLeft in generating this. Make sure you use the same PadLeft when you generate your data for the table as we did here for the top column headings. And that's basically the project. Have fun.